Everybody, welcome to my channel, Be Free Now with Maria. So today I'm going to start out with picking a word from my bag of words and seeing what I'm inspired to share. So let's see. Harmony. Beautiful. Harmony. Harmony is what I like to feel. But do I always feel harmony? No, because sometimes I am challenged, right? And life does that, right? It has a way of doing that. But it's really not so much life, although on the surface it appears that way. It's usually what's happening inside of me. So if I'm balanced and I've taken out the time to ground myself, how I approach things is going to look one way. And if I'm not as balanced and I didn't give myself enough time and I didn't realign myself mentally, then I am a little off, right? So my daily practice helps me. My daily practice keeps me in more harmony. My daily practice allows me to pivot easier, to see things, right? Because once I ground myself, now I'm not so scattered in my thoughts. I'm more balanced within, and I can hear better, or I get less caught up in my emotions. In other words, I still feel them, but I recognize that they're there and they're not running amok. So it helps me to create that harmony for myself by grounding myself in the morning and balancing my mind, balancing my spirit, unifying them, and then starting out the day like that, right? And I don't just practice, by the way, in the morning, even throughout the day. As I go along, I'm focusing my mind and reminding myself as to how I want to feel and what is it that I want to experience, because that helps me stay in that space. It's easy to start out in the morning, or at least easier to start out in the morning one way, and then as you go throughout the day, right, and facing challenges in different energies and personalities and so forth, to get thrown off. So we want to balance ourselves, throughout the day as well, by reminding ourselves, right, of how we want to feel and reconnecting, right? So, and these are just, quick things that I do throughout the day. In other words, I'm not going to spend the same amount of time in the afternoon as I will in the morning, but it's kind of like a boost, and then I'm back on track, and then I can go about my day like that. So before I go any further, I'm going to pick another word, put that one down, and pick another word and see what else I'm inspired to share. Jealousy. Interesting. Jealousy. So jealousy is something that we usually feel when we are looking at what somebody else has, let's say, and wanting that, right? If somebody has something that we want, we're going to feel jealousy. And, it's a human emotion, but it's one that's grounded and based on the illusion of lack. The reality is that we really have the ability in general, right, to create good for ourselves emotionally. I think I always like to start emotionally, because when we're good there, right, and we're feeling good emotionally and our mind is clear, we're able to think clearer and create more intentionally. In other words, instead of getting caught up with all the drama and stuff, right, we are more focused on what is it that we really want, or our own inner desires, and then we're more in alignment to with ourselves, and then more capable to go forth and to create more of what we want for ourselves in whichever way it is that we want it. But when we are doing more of what we want to do and creating more of what we want for ourselves, right, and feeling that balance within, then we're going to feel less jealous, right? So jealousy is something, right, that gives us, like I said, that illusion, right, that somebody has something that we don't have, but we can create that for ourselves. And I'm not saying overnight, right? I mean, if somebody has millions of dollars and you want millions of dollars, well, you may not be able to make that overnight unless you win the lotto. But that's, like an extreme situation in general, right? If they have joy and you want more joy, you can create that for yourself. If they have prosperity, you can create that for yourself, because you can start creating the foundation to build yourself up to that, prosperity, that financial abundance, if that is what you want. So we can build up. If somebody has a relationship, then we can start, right, taking a look at what is it that we want in a relationship and how to best cultivate that. And if we're running into blocks, why we're running into these blocks, right? What's beneath it? And so every time we take out the time to create and with a more focused mind, then we are able to bring ourselves closer to what we want. So that's what I'm saying. It's like this illusion of lack, like I can't have that. But the reality is that, yeah, we can. We can definitely have more good, and we can create good for ourselves. We just have to get ourselves out of the way. In other words, we got to get the ego out of the way. That part of our brain that's always telling us we can't do it, we're not good enough, who's going to care, I'm not as special, beautiful, whatever it is, right? Well connected, whatever else that we can think of. But it's an illusion. The reality is that that part of our brain is telling us things that don't feel good, and we want to question that, we want to challenge that, we want to look at it as opposed to running from it, because when we run from it, then we stay stuck believing it and not moving forward in the direction that we want to move in. So we want to pull back from that so that we feel less jealousy. And like I said, jealousy is a human emotion. We don't want to beat ourselves up for it. It's something that we've all experienced, that we felt at some point or another. But we want to know that it's grounded in really the illusion of lack, when we are abundant and prosperous in our own right. But it really does take an alignment, right? So it takes a mental alignment and a spiritual alignment. I believe that my spiritual practice helps me also remember that anything is possible. One of my favorite affirmations is, with God, all things are possible. And so when I remind myself, right, that God lives and breathes through me, well, that creates a shift in me, because then it's not like I can't have this. Well, of course I can. I have divine inheritance. I can align myself with my soul, my energy, my true essence, and shift from that lack mentality. And then all of a sudden I feel lighter, and I'm more more apt to create and to move in the direction that I want to move in, and to shift from that lack mentality or from that jealousy, and free myself from that, so that I can move into the space that I really want to be in, which is creating more of what I want and having more of what I want. So I'm going to end with that. I hope that has helped you in some way. May you have a beautiful day. If you like this video and it helped you in some way, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel so that you are notified when I upload for future videos. Thank you, and have a beautiful day. Bye for now.